Hi, in this video, I'm going to quickly do a review of the Rain 5G product offering. Now, if you're looking for the setup guide and troubleshooting, I have a comprehensive video showing that, but this is just a review having changed from Telkom to Rain. I'm just going to give you some of my experiences. Right, so these are the options you can choose, and I've chosen the Unlimited Home 5G standard. Basically, what it means is they're going to rent you this outdoor 5G router, which you'll need to install at your home or your home office. Right, so I've done that. Here you can see the 5G device is installed on a mast, and you might be wondering why I installed it on a mast, because unfortunately I did not get good signal if it wasn't pretty high up. So you might have some teething pains when it comes to getting the signal right. Now, once you've purchased their product, they'll give you some steps in terms of how to optimize, that's what they call it, the router. And that requires you to put it in various locations of your house or your home office, and then you will then run a test. Then it will send a signal from the closest base station to your 5G router, or it'll triangulate it, and it'll work out the signal strength and the speed. Now, this is where I had quite a few teething pains, because I got varying speeds from 0, literally it would not connect, to a very good speeds in my area, which was about 330. As you can see, I even got 370 megabits per second, and for me that is fine, and I know there are people who are getting over 600. And one of the things you'll notice is they'll keep telling you to move the router to the blue dot. Now, this is a little bit tricky because I did that and it didn't actually improve it. The only way I managed to get proper signal strength and speeds was that I put it up on a mast. So in my case, as you can see, there's a lot of trees around here, and I probably guess that's why I was having these challenges. Okay, moving on. Now, here is a speed test which I did, and this is just to show you that I was pretty impressed at the download speed. Now, I believe the download is 5G and the upload runs on the LTE or the 4G. So if you have a look at the speed test, you can see that it does change considerably. There you can see it's still way over 200, but as you saw, I've even had way over 300. But overall, the speed, the bandwidth test is very good. However, it really does depend on which package you purchase. For example, as you can see, my download is over 300 and my upload is 31. And when you come to the product offering, you can see that if you chose this one, you get speeds up to 30 megabits per second, while if you chose this one, you can see that it's over 200. So this is your premium product. Now, let me just translate that into what you will get as the end user. So here you can see the speed test here as the end user. Now you can see this is far lower than the speed test I did when I was checking the capability of the 5G router. So there is a difference here, and it's very important to be aware of that. So remember that I've only paid for a up to 30 megabits per second product, and therefore it's kind of capped at that bandwidth. So even though I was able to reach 337 or even more on the outdoor 5G device, it doesn't mean I'm going to get that all the time, because I've only purchased a 30 megabits per second product. Okay, so how is the performance? So I'm now going to just discuss my user experience of the product. Right, I've got this one. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. There were teething pains. It did take me quite a long time to get it set up, and I do recommend that you try and put it outdoors and don't mount it until you have achieved your signal strength test. That means that if you install it on the wall and then you realize that you're not getting good signal strength, you might have to move this thing. So first do some loose tests, maybe try get on the roof, maybe go to the corner of your property and so forth, until you find a suitable place. And again, I've got a very technical explanation of this in another video. So overall, it is worth it. I'm happy that I did this migration. I was on the Telkom, I think it was called Broadband 3 Uncapped, and this one I've noticed is faster. Now, what do I mean by faster? Well, launching web pages, better. Downloading software, running patches, product updates, or if you're installing a game, or you're downloading games, or you're doing Microsoft updates, or you're doing work-related items, I found that it was better than the product I was on. However, there is a downside, because I do a lot of uploading, and I noticed that the upload is not that great. And I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Now here I have a YouTube video being uploaded. Now here is the video. You can see it says 87% uploaded. This thing has been uploading since 10:30 last night. It is now almost 11 o'clock the following day, and it is still uploading. Yes, it is a 13 gig video, but nevertheless, according to my calculation of the allotted bandwidth which I should be getting, this is far lower, which means there must be some algorithm working in order to slow down this upload. Because if I go back to my regular network, which was Telkom, all right, so I've now hopped over to my Telkom router because I've got two here. I've got the Rain and the Telkom. So I've hopped over. You can see my signal strength is perfect. I'm going to do a speed test. Right, so I'm going to do a speed test using my Telkom router. So I'm now connected via Telkom, and I'll just show you. And it's usually around this amount, sometimes better, sometimes worse. Now, what's important here is this upload. Now, you can see it's getting close to 9, and that 9 I trust. But now I'm going to bring you that YouTube video, and I'm going to show you that in the short space of what is about 2 minutes of me talking, you can see that I went from 82% to 85%. So therefore, when I'm uploading videos, I'm finding the Telkom to be much better than the Rain, keeping in mind that I have been uploading since last night. While here, you can see since I've changed to the Telkom LTE router, I'm already at 85%, and I probably will get to finish this upload within the 2 hours, while this has been saying 2 hours since about 8 o'clock this morning when I was on the Rain network. So there is definitely a difference when it comes to the uploading. And I guess that they run an algorithm, maybe if it's just video files, but maybe people can comment in terms of their upload speeds. So here you can see I've waited about 2 minutes and it's already at 86%. Now this isn't a single test. This happens every day. As I upload videos, I have the same problem. So this isn't just like a bad day. Keeping in mind that if I check the router's capability, it's more than sufficient to what I need. But for some reason, there is some throttling in my opinion, especially in terms of these video files. So maybe I should try the premium option and that will resolve the problem. So you might be wondering why I changed from Telkom in the first place. Well, I was experiencing a throttling, too much limitation on my usage of their wireless service. So here they've got smart broadband wireless unlimited. They call it unlimited, although there are some rules. So they've got a $5.99 price point, and the time of creating this video is middle of April. So here $5.99 and you get some freedom, while $8.99 you get supposed to be complete freedom. Now my package was the earlier version called Smart Broadband 3, but anyway, they're applying this fair usage policy to my product anyway. They're just keeping it at 800 Rand, which is very kind of them. Now here is their fair usage policy, and you can see that it says that Smart Broadband Wireless, you will get full speed up to about 150 gigs, which should be at least 10 megabits per second. Then once you've reached the 150 gigs, they will then throttle you down to 4 megabits per second. And then if you exceed that by another 50 gigs, you then go to 2 megabits per second and so forth. So you can see that this is quite restricting on somebody who's a heavy user. For example, if I show you my data just for the last 4 or 5 days on the Rain network, I've already used 113 gigs. And I know for a lot of people, 150 gigs is a lot, so you probably won't hit the fair usage policy on the Telkom. But on my side, as you can see, doing a lot of video and work from home, it's quite easy. By day 15 on the Telkom network, it becomes almost unusable for me. And that was my main reason for changing over. However, I cannot say that the Rain is going to be better until I've used it for a few months. So I'll report back after a few months. I'm just giving you my early findings. All right, so just to check back in here on my upload, you can see 94%. So it's actually better than expected. And this is using Telkom. So that's one thing that's going to be quite sad to say goodbye, is my uploads are going to be severely affected. But however, just keep in mind that I'm currently not throttled. But once Telkom start throttling me, this would also take quite long. So it's a little bit of a compromise. On the one hand, the Telkom gave me better uploads, but then they throttled me. Whereas on the Rain, it seems like I'm being throttled constantly when I'm uploading videos. But then I don't think there's going to be an additional bandwidth clamp, say, in the middle of the month or something like that, but only time will tell. One of the things that had worried me was the low consumer rating on Hello Peter for Rain Internet Service Provider. Now, I had done this prior to ordering the product, and I still see even more very poor reviews of the Rain network. However, I'm not experiencing the challenges that these other people are experiencing. So I guess that there are some problems, but I haven't experienced them as yet. All right, just commenting about the user support. They do respond. Not that helpful in terms of the information that I've requested. I've requested very specific information to which I've only received very general responses. For example, telling me to move the router 10 to 15 degrees and doing a speed test every time. And remember, a speed test takes about 3 minutes. So, you've got to hold the laptop and so forth. It's not that easy. So this is a time-consuming thing. But nevertheless, I've asked for specific information about 4G settings, 5G settings, IP pass-through. Absolutely, there's been no response on that. There is a manual which you can download from the router's web page. When you log into it, you can look at my detailed video and I go through that. In terms of getting the product, was very easy. I did the online purchase. They delivered very quickly and I had no problems in that area. So overall, in terms of doing real-time things like loading websites, online shopping, streaming, gaming, it's been considerably better than my Telkom link. But then, as I said, the upload has been, it's been a nightmare. And only time will tell if I'm going to be throttled or not. So thanks for watching and cheers.